So with Real Estate Forum, we connect city leadership with GCs, builders, developers, mortgage companies, people in finance, everybody that is shaping and building the real estate ecosystem. So you can be the first to know what developments are happening and also where the primary sectors of growth are happening and what the needs are from the city and who to talk to get permits. You can actually meet them in person, shake their hand. So whenever you send them an email, they'll remember your face. And so you can develop a lot more rapport with them. And also, like have other allies, because it also helps, if you're working on projects with multiple people coming to an REF event, it definitely helps to reach out to city leadership. So you nudge them a little bit more. But there's always really great resources that Robbie shares and different speakers that we have at REF events. And in between those city-driven events, we love having the REF webinars. And the REF webinars are, if you know somebody that needs to share information with the mass, like with anybody in construction, they should join REF, and we have an app that you can download on the web store, whether you have an iPhone or Android. So it's great to stay in the network. You can join. It's easier to join the different cities as well. We have about a dozen chapters all over the United States. So whether you're building in Dallas, or if you need, like contractors in Arizona or North Carolina or California, it's a really wonderful resource to be able to, hey, do you know any lawyers, in the San Francisco Bay Area, for real estate, that type of thing. So that's one of the incredible things that REF is giving to the members to join for free right now. So let's begin. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the REF webinar. Today we're talking about something every developer, lender, and construction professional in this room understands: the friction between growth and progress. As projects get larger and timelines get tighter, the old way of managing payouts, lien waivers, approvals, and financial reporting starts creating risk instead of control. And what is used to work at 2 projects becomes chaos at 8, and very expensive chaos at 20. So that's exactly the pay gap. That's exactly the gap today's conversation is about. I'd like to introduce Robbie Polischetti, founder of SuperConstruct and Real Estate Forum, who is a builder turned GC, who's a GC turned developer, who understands firsthand the operational bottlenecks that slow construction companies down. And instead of accepting inefficiency as a part of the industry, he has built a centralized AI-powered system designed to eliminate manual errors, speed up approvals, and give real-time financial visibility to project stakeholders. And Robbie isn't here to just sell the software. He's here to challenge how we think about managing growth in construction. And so with that, Robbie started out as a solutions architect and then went into the construction business in 2013. So he's learned a thing or two. And some of the some of the solutions that have been needed for so long, that have plagued the industry, he is here to tell us all about it. So Robbie, we're going to start out with a couple of Q&As. And so what are the most expensive hidden inefficiencies you see in construction companies still using a manual process?
Okay, you need to award some gifts, then you will get the faster answers.
Sorry, what?
You need to award some prizes, then you will get a faster answers. Okay?
I need to...
Can you please repeat the question one more time?
Yeah, what are the most expensive hidden inefficiencies you see in construction companies still using the manual process? I know the answer to this, but
Probably you might need to ask another question. Who are the developers, general contractors in this group so that we will better understand from that point of view. So I see only a few
okay.
people like, Srikant. And can you guys please let us know who are the developers, who are the investors, who are the general contractors or builders in this group? All right. No answers. What is the second question, Lily?
Why do you believe construction has been slower than other industries to adopt centralized AI-powered systems?
I can answer the question based on my experience. So based on my experience, because construction industry is like, it's a lot of non-tech savvy people like subcontractors, general contractors. They're not purely into the tech world. So that is the reason it's not easily adaptable for them to get into the tech world. So tech itself is a big thing, and AI is a second big thing for these general contractors and subcontractors and everybody. Make sense?
And yep. And what patterns did you notice in the construction projects that inspired you to build SuperConstruct? Like, what was the triggering point where you just said, "That's it.
Yeah.
I'm building a software."
There are a lot of triggering points. The first triggering point was like, the people are altering the schedule of values, number one. So when I say altering the schedule of values means like, owner and general contractor agreed for some specific budget. Each line item is $1 million. And all of a sudden, the general contractors are changing that original schedule of values every month. It's a nightmare for the owners to see what is happening. The second one is administrative efforts. A lot of time taken by finance team, accounting team, superintendent team, management team. All these people are spending so much time to process the pay applications, lien waivers, so many things. The most important thing, the number third one is the lawsuits, lien waivers. If you don't have a proper system in place, there is a lot of chances that you will get a mechanical liens on the construction projects.
Yes, and as we know that a lot of bigger projects require you to have software in your safety plan.
Yes.
If someone says our system works fine, what would you challenge them to evaluate?
The time and money. That's the most important thing. Like, how much time they're spending on every day on their ongoing construction projects versus using the software can truly clearly differentiate the value.
And the total number of hours per week that the average team wastes bouncing from Excel, email, and paper approvals is what using SuperConstruct?
It depends on from the three different perspectives. From the subcontractor, it's a different number. From the general contractor, it's a different number. From the owner's point of view, it's a different number. If you combine it all together, like all the three people timing, you calculate per hour per week, easily like 30 to 40 hours of manual efforts will be easily reduced. 30 to 40.
So 30 to 40 hours. Okay.
Yeah.
And Robbie, how much money do you think that you've lost in mismanaged lien waivers?
A lot. I'm going to show all these things like pain points from the general contractor's point of view, subcontractor's point of view. So first of all, I wanted to truly appreciate and thank you all the members who ever joined in this demo. The main reason is like, I'm a solution architect. I converted myself into the real estate world. Then I have seen a lot of pitfalls, lot of failures. And then I figured it out, how do I resolve all these pain points? That's how I found this software. And then for last 3 years, the software really brought so much value to me. And then I thought, okay, why can't I share this ideas, information, tips to my fellow real estate REF members so that everybody will get the benefit out of it. So let me share my screen and walk you through the high-level overview of the construction industry, how it works. Then I will go to the demo. Okay. Thank you, Lily, for the introduction and setting up this call.
Of course. Thank you, Robbie. Take it away.
Yeah. All right. So let me know whenever you guys see my screen. All right. All right. In any construction world, so the platform name is SuperConstruct. Okay. This is a platform that we built exclusively for developers, general contractors, owners, subcontractors, home builders, cities, and counties. These are our 5 target audience. Why? To digitalize, centralize, automate day-to-day construction, project, and finance management activities. So that is the main simple objective of this entire platform. So who all are the users in this journey? Okay, owners. Owners are the one who fund the project. They get the land, they get the permits, they hand over to the general contractors. Sometimes owners might not have the time to manage these general contractors and projects. So they hire the developers, the developer hires the general contractors. And the general contractor hires the subcontractors, they perform under general contractors. And lenders are the ones, for some projects, lenders fund the projects to the owners. Obviously, engineers and architects are always involved in any of the construction projects. Finance and accounting team. Owners will have their own finance and accounting team. General contractors have their own team, and subcontractors have their own team. Superintendents. Owners will have their own representatives who will be monitoring the whole projects at any given point of time. The general contractor will be having their own superintendents that will be monitoring every day how the subcontractors are performing. And similarly, the subcontractors also will have their own superintendents who can monitor trade by trade how they're performing. Inspectors, city, private and public inspectors will be there in any ground up construction project, whether it is a residential, whether it is a commercial, it doesn't matter. There would be third-party inspectors will come often and they inspect everything and they'll make sure how the project has been performing. How the communication works. So usually owner hires the developer, developer hires the GC, GC hires the subcontractors. This is the flow. Anytime if GC has a request for information called RFIs or submittals, so GC and architectural or engineering team will work very collaboratively. Pay applications. So usually the subcontractor sends the pay application request to GC, GC sends to owner, owner sends to the lenders. So this is how the flow works. How the fund flow works. So the lenders pays to the owners and GCs, and GC pays to the subcontractors. That's it, simple. For some projects, there might be not the lenders, the owners might be doing the projects with their own cash. At that time, lender will never come into the picture. The most important thing is let's think from the developer point of view, what are the pain points? Let's take an example. A developer is working on 3 different ground up construction projects. One is Austin, one is in Dallas, one is in San Antonio. So 3 different projects. Each project is $10 million worth, but the developer sits in Dallas. So he hired the 3 different general contractors, one from Dallas, one from Austin, one from San Antonio. So now, how difficult for him to manage all these 3 projects without visiting every day to the site? That's the most important thing. So how do he obtain the real-time financial visibility? How this project is going on, how much money they spent, how much is the budget, how much is the retainage, all that financial transparency, real-time information is nowhere visible without the technology in place. It doesn't matter whether it is a SuperConstruct or whether it is a Procore. My purpose is not to sell the SuperConstruct here. My purpose here is how the technology can help the developers and general contractors and builders to save their time. Okay, so the first pain point is no real-time financial visibility, and there is no proper field documentations, like every day what is happening on the site, either logs, photos, videos, submittals, inspections, daily logs, RFIs, change request, everything, whatever is happening on the site, there is no visibility. Lien waiver. So imagine, as I said in this example, there are 3 projects going on. I'm just telling from the high level viewpoint of view. For every project, one GC, a GC will have at least 5 members team, and 15 subcontractors. Every subcontractor will have 3-member team. So now imagine 15 times 3 is a 45 members or users will be part of one project. And the GC point of view, 5 members, 50. From the owner point of view, another 5 members. 55 to 60 members will be actively working on every project every day. If there are, almost 3 projects, 3 times 60, 180 users would be working on this. 180 users would be monitoring these projects day in, day out. Okay, that is a typical flow of the users. Lien waivers. What is a lien waiver? So whenever there is a project happen, subcontractor sends a pay application request to the general contractors. So once the general contractors approves the pay application, they need to sign the conditional lien waiver, saying that, okay, I'm going to release the lien for this project, this work, this month, this amount. Once the payment is approved, then the same subcontractor will say unconditional lien waiver. He need to sign it, saying the similar thing. I received the money for this project, so I'm removing the lien from this, removing the unconditional lien for this month for this project. So now imagine how many subcontractors for project 15, for 3 projects 45. So 45 times 2, 90. Why 2? Because one is a conditional lien waiver, that is a before payment, and after payment is an unconditional lien waiver. So 45 times 2, 90 lien waivers these general contractors need to get notarized, scanned, and printed and save into their folders. It's a huge, difficult, time-taking task without technology. Next one is the schedule of values. So subcontractors will sign the schedule of values with GC. GC will sign the schedule of values with owner. So there is no proper visibility about how many schedule of values, how the subcontractors are performing, what is their budget. It's very difficult for the general contractors to remember for 15 subcontractors what is their schedule of values. That's the most important thing. The second thing is, in a very traditional world, the general contractors or subcontractors will front load. That means they alter the schedule of values. So that is not supposed to happen. But once they alter, it's very difficult for the people who are processing the payment by line item by line item. So pay application verifications. Whenever a subcontractor sends the pay application, the general contractor has to verify what is the original schedule of values, what is the previous pay application that they have paid, what is the current pay application they're supposed to pay. So in order to verify for every pay application, these 3 things, it takes easily 1 to 2 hours per subcontractor. How many we have for 3 projects? 45 subcontractors. 45 times, like, 1 or 2 hours is 90 hours of manual efforts. Imagine if there is a platform. There is no way people can alter the schedule of values. Whenever there is a general contractor review the pay application, he open the app, he see the schedule of values on section 1, he see the previous amount in section 2, he see the this period amount in section 3, all in one line. In 10 minutes, he should be able to review, approve, or reject. That is the power of the technology. On-site time. Imagine if the owner has to go to every site every week and see what is going on, how time it will take for him. He has to travel to Dallas, travel to Austin, travel to San Antonio every week, or he has to deploy his team and they have to go and stay on the site every day. What if there is a technology that they can see every day, live photos, live videos, live work status, live progress on their fingertips? It's a ton of time saving. So there are a lot of other things like, the developer points, no live completion forecast, change order logging, compliance, insurances, closeout, audit, lender, and the procurement of blind spots and all those things. Okay, that is from the developer pain points. The general contractors pain points. The most important thing is here for general contractors, because they manage so many people. Okay, so managing all the subcontractors, schedule of values, pay applications, lien waivers, validating the subcontractors pay applications, preventing the front loading, performance of the subcontractors, monthly owner pay applications, field reports, request for information, all these things is a big time taking process for the general contractors. You can see so many points. The next one is the subcontractors pain points. The similar information, there is no single source of truth, because at any given point of time, one subcontractor work on 3 to 4 projects. They have the multiple teams working on multiple projects. They need to know, if they go to the job site, okay, what is the schedule of values? What is my scope? When I've started? How much money I raised? How much money left over? All this information, either they have to remember or they have to open their email, they have to see. What if we provide a platform, as soon as they go to the site, they open and they can see in 1 minute all the information about their scope, their schedule of values, their work, and everything, makes a ton of time saving. So creating the RFI, change order, everything will be the subcontractors pain points. Okay, So lender pain points. Lenders are funding these projects and they need to have a very clear visibility about what is the project going on, where the lien waivers, where the insurance copies, how the money is being floating between all these parties. It's a lender pain points. Engineers and architects. Engineers and architects, right? Engineers and architects have to review all the submittal drawings what the subcontractors are performing. That is the most important pain points. Document controls, RFIs. If sometimes the people are asking the questions to architects or engineers by email, by text, by phone call, so many methods they use. But when they complete the job, when architects comes and say, okay, who did this job and who approved it, they say, okay, hey, I called you, you told me on the phone. So with the technology, there is no phone calls, there is no emails, there is no message. The process has to go through the platform. The finance and accounting team. So owners have their own finance team, the general contractors have their own team, and subcontractors have their own team. So they need to make sure their flow of money, how much money spent, how much money left over on the table. How it works. So developer invites the GC invites the subcontractors. What are the traditional issues? So usually, in this process, a lot of the documents files live in a scattered email, drive locations, inconsistent naming, teams, all these things. With SuperConstruct, all these documents will be at one place. What is the business value? Faster mobilization, fewer errors, rework, immediate trust in a single source of truth. Owner team onboarding. Owner can onboard all their team. They can see how much money they spent, how much money left over, everything. Entire owner team can see on the projects. Schedule of values creations, the GC can create the schedule of values and he can show it to the owner. Subcontractors will create and they'll present it to the GC. So with this approach, all the users schedule of values and all the information will be visible on single source of truth. So with this, the transparent earned value, fewer billing disputes, faster month-end payments. The subcontractors flow. The GC invites the subcontractors, same subcontractors create the SOV and he will get the approval from the GC. And once the GC approves, the subcontractor schedule of values is locked. What are the traditional issues? The subcontractors always juggles portals and outdated drawings, misleaded SOVs and cause a lot of delays. With SuperConstruct, each subcontractors can see only their contracts, their scope, their money, their information. So there is a flow called message board. Anytime the GC can post a simple message board, create a message, and he can blast it to all the members who were there in the system. And the daily log. The subcontractors will create the daily logs. The GCs can see. GC can create the daily logs. Owners can see. And there is a very clear separation between the GC, owner, and subcontractors. RFIs, request for information. So anytime the subcontractors create a RFI, it goes to the GC. GC will respond. If GC don't have the answers, he can assign to the architects and engineers. So with this flow, faster clarification, reduced rework, auditable design intent. Pay applications and lien waivers. The most important thing is subcontractor submits the pay applications to GC. GC will review and approve, and then GC can pay the money using the SuperConstruct, or they can pay the wire transfer and they can collect all the lien waivers. This is the most important thing, that we build the AI generated workflow for subcontractors and general contractors. As soon as the general contractor approves, the system generates the unconditional lien waivers and conditional lien waivers. If they don't sign, they don't have the right to create the pay application until they perform their duties. So the software stops if all the lien waivers are not signed by the respective contractors. And also, there is no front loading, there is no altering of the schedule of values. So everybody believe, everybody trust, and the system is restricting all this data manipulation. Inspections. At any given point of time, GC can see all the inspections, what has been passed, what has been failed. If continuously the inspections are failing, GCs can raise their concerns with the subcontractors. Similarly, owners can raise their concerns with GCs. So everybody can transparently see how the inspections are passing or failing. Submittals. This is the most important thing. Anytime any subcontractor performs the jobs at the site, they need to submit the submittal drawings, and the GCs can review and they can send it to the architects. Architect will review and approve, and those submittal drawings will be executed. So the owner's team can see what are the submittals, GC team can see, all the subcontractors can see all the comments on the submittal drawings, and they perform the duties accordingly. In traditional world, 90% of the time, the general contractors will never show these submittals after completion of the project. So it's better to have these submittal drawings always available for all the parties. AI assistance. So this is one of the most powerful features that we have implemented. At any given point of time, anybody can ask a question, hey, how much money I spent, how much money left over, how my subcontractors are performing, how my GC is performing, and why there is no delay on these projects, and is my insurance is expired or active. All this information, GC, subcontractors, owners can verify at any given point of time. The message board is very simple feature, like anytime anybody can communicate with message board. For example, if there is a freezing temperature, the GC can draft a message and he don't need to juggle around like, whom should I send the messages? He can select the owner team, subcontractors, click one message, it goes to everybody. So a lot of case studies from the developer point of view, but before I go to this, I wanted to show you the live demo, and you can see how it is going to look like. Any questions so far before I present it to the demo? So please stop me if I'm going too fast. So I would like to give one developer case study. Most recently, what we heard from one of the developer who has been using this software. They used to go to the site every day to see how the general contractors are performing. They take the photos, videos, and they used to send it to their team. But after the general contractor introduced this software to them, they rarely go to the site, and they go like once in a 15 days and they cross verify. Otherwise, they see everything on their phone, and all the daily logs, videos, photos, submittals, inspections they see, and they did not even deploy their owners representatives. Usually it costs like $50,000 to $75,000 to have one dedicated owner representative to sit on the job site every day. But with the software, they did not even hire the owners representatives. Every day they can see live data. So the SuperConstruct platform is a SaaS-based platform. Anybody can come, anybody can register and pay per use, software as a service. So the developers can come, they can create their company, and they can invite the GC. GC can invite the subcontractors. So this is how the flow looks like. I'm going to take this Sparks Constructions. And once the Sparks Constructions general contractor or developer comes, they can go ahead and click on create new project. It's a very simple flow. Click on the new project and you will enter all the project type, project name, project number, budget, and everything, and publish. So once the project has been published, then you can see the project something like this. So for examples, I'm going to take this, one of the project, this is called Blue Water Residency. This is a custom home built out in Austin. So this is how they can see at any given point of time, either owner or GC, they can see the project name, project type, project address, the progress, the financial progress, how the change orders are happening, and how the change requests are happening. All this information can be clearly visible in single snapshot. And the GC can create, onboard their users, very simple flow. Go to the user, click on add user, and you can add the roles, permissions, everything. So this is one of the most important feature. The subcontractors can create the schedule of values, owners will approve. Sorry, GC will approve. GC will create the schedule of values, owners will approve. In this example, I'm going to show you how the schedule of values looks like between the GC and owner. So here is the subcontractor, and his scope is only the metal work, $2,652. Simple. Send it to the GC. GC will review and approve. Once it is approved, then the subcontractor will see only the schedule of values. So similarly, the GC will send the one schedule of values to the owner. Anytime owner login, they can see their schedule of values, something like this. All the divisions, general conditions, site work, concrete, masonry, metals, and the total amount is $1.629 million. There is no change order, and how much money they spent, how much percentage they completed, what is the remaining balance to finish. This is the most important information for the owners and GC to see how they are spending money accurately. Daily logs. The GCs can create the daily logs, owners will see, subcontractors creates the daily logs, and GCs can see. So this is how you can see at any given point of time all the daily logs. So this is a good enough for the owners and GCs to see how the things are happening on the site. Same flow, RFIs, anybody, anytime can come create a RFI, it will be assigned to the GC, GC will assign it to the architects and engineers. So this is how the flow it's going to look like. Quality check. The owners can create their own performance quality checks. Internally, they can create and they can test it out. Similarly, GCs can create their own internal quality check modules. Similarly, subcontractors will create their own quality check modules. Once they approve their quality check-ins, and then it goes to the third-party inspectors. All the change requests go through this flow. Anytime anybody wants to create or modify the original schedule of values, if there is any scope change, and they can go ahead and create this change order. Once the GC approves the change order, it creates it updates the schedule of values with the modified revised schedule of values. Inspections. Any given point of time, the GCs can see what the inspections have been passed, what the failed, how many are there in the system. Submittals. So if you see the shop drawings, structural shop drawings, concrete shop drawings, everything all will be in one place per project. So owners can see, GC can see, and architects can see, engineers can see. There will be no confusion, no assumptions, no failures. Crystal clear, one single source of truth information. Schedule of values. Every day, the schedule of values they can see, and they can edit, modify, edit these project schedule timelines, and they'll have a very clear transparency information about how they can see when the project is going to be completed, how many tasks have been completed. So we built the Google Drive kind of a thing, like, all the project related documents will be at one centralized repository. So there is no email exchange, nothing. All the construction sets, everything will be at one single place. So GCs can create their own tables, their own data, and only they can see. They can restrict the access levels. If owners create their own data, they can see. If subcontractors create their own data, they can see by themselves. The next one is the pay applications. This is how the pay applications you can see at any given point of time. In this example, the Sparks Constructions created a pay application, and this is how the workflow is going to look like. So what are the payment terms, AIA documents, conditional lien waivers, payment release, unconditional waiver, and these things. So GC can see what is my payment terms, and here are the AIA documents. So this is what, whenever they send the pay applications to the owner, this is the schedule of values. This is the most important common point, that the GCs and subs always alter the schedule of values. But with the software, no, this is fixed. If there's change order, cost impact. Schedule of values plus cost impact equals to revised schedule of values. So this is also read only how much money paid in the previous. So the general contractor or subcontractors will be entering only this period, dollar amount or percentage. That's it, very simple. And then it will calculate the total amount and it will present it to the owners or GCs. In this pay app, they're raising $84,000, previously $30,000. Simple. And once this is done, once the schedule of values have been approved, it creates the conditional lien waivers. Once that is called pay application, right? The GC says, okay, everything looks good. So this is the electronic signature. The general contractor will sign in this example, and it saves the digital certificate, who signed, when signed, what is the IP address, and all that information. And once the payment is released, and the system will send out an unconditional lien waiver. So once the unconditional lien waiver is signed, then the workflow is completed. Until this workflow is not completed, there's no way they cannot raise the second pay applications. Okay. And apart from that, there is an expense management. Sometimes the GC team, subcontractors, they'll create their own miscellaneous expenses they can track in this expense management module. And there is a message board. At any time, the owner can send out a message to only owner team and GC team. GC can send out a message to all the subcontractors and owner team, and subcontractors can create a message to only GC and subcontractors team. All right. So any notifications, any pending task for them, they can see here all the notifications, the daily log is created and everything. And the pending task, if general contractors has to sign some documents, anytime they log in, they come, they can see, and they can sign the conditional, unconditional lien waivers, payments, or anything they can view from here. So without taking so much time, I just wanted to make sure, give me 1 second. Yes. Awesome. Yeah. So without wasting any more time, so do you guys have any questions? Okay, no questions means I did a good job. Right, Lily?
Yes, you did. You did a great job. That was very thorough. And for anybody that has any questions or would like to sign up with a trial, please drop something in the chat. Okay, we have, okay, yeah. Thank you, Sandhya. She dropped the REF mobile app in the chat. So if you guys have not registered for the REF app, please do so now. Yeah, because you can be added to all cities that you want to do business with, and then check out our resources as well. Is anybody interested in a 90-day free trial and would like more information? Okay, you guys are a great crowd. Okay, thank you. Okay, awesome. Appreciate that. Everybody. Okay, excellent. Anybody else that would like information?
So I joined little late. By any chance, is any of the subscription costs are shared, or what's the plan after the trial period?
Okay, so first we're doing a 90-day free trial. And right now, so it's $299 per project per year. However, there is some flexibility with that because we want to partner with you guys. And also any features, if y'all are exploring other software features, we want to know about them and integrate them. So not only can we, we want to work with you guys. So please come to us and, tell us what you're thinking. Like if you're shopping around, we want to earn your business. So, and
I have another question regarding the payment structure. So is the pay done automatically, or it is only just a tracking? Like, will it be able to do the ACH? Is that API available to call and stuff, or it's just only tracking?
yes. For tracking, what do you mean tracking?
For the payment tracking.
Oh, that is a good question. And I will actually, I can find that out for you right now. If there is payment tracking. But there is ACH, and you can connect to QuickBooks as well. Just want to answer that. If y'all could drop your emails in the chat as well, I'm going to reach out and we can set something up for next week. Has anybody started the free trial so far and is a little confused and needs some additional help, which most people do? So don't worry if, there's, if you've started it. Have both of you started the trial or not?
I have just signed up. It will take some time for me to start the trail. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you would be more comfortable kind of playing around with it, getting in the rhythm of it, setting things up, and then like we can schedule a follow-up meeting?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Lucas? How about you? And how about Srikant? Srikant? Is that right?
Yeah, that works for me.
Okay, excellent. So how about we do this? Yeah, just drop your emails and I'll follow up with you guys in a week. So I want to give you guys, and Lucas, if you would do that as well, if you're interested. How about if y'all would sign up and then give it, about a week? And And guys, of course, like we can extend this trial period. You know, we really want you guys to have the utmost success. So like, you know, like if you get delayed or something like that, you know, like we're here to work with you and meet you where you're at.
Okay.
And if you think of some really cool feature that you saw, run it by me. And I'm gonna actually, this is the general email. I'm gonna also put it in the chat. SuperConstruct.io. Okay. Yeah. In case y'all ever have, hey, if this feature could be integrated, let me know. Shoot me an email. I'm sure a lot of people have Robbie's information as well. But yeah, run a flagpole, and we encourage that. So yes, I'm going to reach out to you guys in a week and confirm your schedules to make sure that, you know, like a week from, not next week, but the following week.
Okay. Yeah.
Awesome, you guys. Well, thank you so much for attending this webinar. I hope that y'all got an enormous amount of value and information from it. So, yes? Okay, awesome. Y'all have an amazing weekend, and thank you for your time. I really appreciate y'all. And I hope to shake your hands at the next REF event in Salina on April 2nd.